Okay, so this is the TC21 Ultra Covert hunting camera from a company called Voopeak, which are actually Cam Park. And I've dealt with them before. I've done reviews from their cameras before, and I know their stuff's pretty good. And what I want to try and do with this one is I want to utilise it for not only like nature cam, but also security, because it's solar powered, so you don't need to take it down. You know, once it's up, it can stay up because it's got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so you can just get near it, download your footage, see what's going on. You don't actually have to take it down at all. So let's get it open, have a look, see what we get in the box. Right, well, I don't know about you, but that looks like a gremlin to me. What have we got here? Quick installation card. Get it out of the box. We've got a quick start guide. It says here install at least A4 batteries, but it doesn't take batteries, so this must be for either another camera or just a generic thing. We've got your instruction manual with all sorts of different languages. It's pretty basic. It's, you know, similar to most camera setups. So what else have we got here? We've got the solar panel, which has got, I don't know how long the cord is, but it sort of ratchets out and you can swivel it. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. And what else have we got in here? And how you get into this bit? How do you get into this bit? Oh, here we go. Charging cable. You do need to charge it up before you start, although this came fairly well charged. It was about 50% charged. Mounting screws. Mounting plate, which is quite handy. I've got a couple of these because I use the same one most of the time. It takes a 1/4-20 screw in the bottom. I'm not sure what that bit's for. I'm sure it'll become apparent in the instructions. And your mounting strap. So let's take the cover off. Right, so that's the cover that just clips over. So if you've got it mounted to a tree, that sticks over it and it's very camouflaged. Right, now you can see this is slightly different from most of them. The screen is on the front and all the buttons. It's very thin. And there's nothing really on the back except for the mounting hole. On the bottom, you've got your power in, so you can, that's where your solar panel goes. Then you've got your on, off and setup switch in there, your SD card and your charging port. So we'll go through that in a minute. So let's turn it to setup. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Now basically it's now showing me the camera, which is obviously blue because we've still got these things on. It mustn't forget to take these off, which I've done before. Protective layers. Right, so that's obviously taken a picture. Let's try to see if we can go through this. It's 90% charged. Right, so we've got your menu button, top left. Mode, you can go through video. You can have, well actually if you go to video and press OK, then you can have photo only, video only, or photo and video. I tend to like video because it tends to have a slight lag before taking the video, because it's obviously got to take the photo as well. So I like to keep it on video to start with. The PIR interval, you can set how long that comes on for, or is between it comes on and goes off. The minimum is 5 seconds, so I like to set it at minimum in case there's lots of activity. PRI sensitivity, again, high, medium and low. I like to keep it on high to start with, just to see what sort of traffic there is about. Obviously if there's a lot of traffic that is going to be interfering with it, then you can set it to low. Time lapse off, I don't use that. Loop recording is on, so that if the card fills up, it'll just start at the beginning again and wipe out what was at the beginning of the video or beginning of the card. The infrared LEDs, which actually on this are supposedly no glow completely. On a lot of them, that you, when it's activated, you get a very dull red glow. On these, you're supposed to not get that at all. So that's on auto, although you can have it low, medium and high or off, or low, medium or off, or auto. I'll leave it on auto. Your low battery night shot, so basically if the battery does go low, it won't shoot at night. It's just so that it's still got something left in it. Monitoring period is off. That is for use if you only want to monitor at certain times of the day. You can set that with this, but I leave it on all the time, so that's off. Frequency is basically your what you've got in your country. It's either 60 or 50. It's 50 here. So then we've got your camera image size. It goes up to 46 meg and down as low as 2. So I'll keep it on 46, although I'm not going to use the camera at the moment. I will try it just to get the quality. Number of pictures that it takes at once. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10 photos at once. So if you set it for 10, it will take 10 one after another, so you'll get a sequence of shots of something moving across the screen. I'll leave it on 2 just for the fun of it. Your shutter speed, you can adjust that. I tend to leave it alone because I basically don't really know what I'm doing with it. In your video, you can have 4K, 2K, 1296, 1080, 720, 480 or 368, which is an unusual one. Again, I like to have it up on your 4K. It takes a lot more room. Depends what you want to do with it. You know, if it's just for the fun of it, you can set it lower and you'll get more on your card. But I like to have the quality, so I'll leave it at 4K. Video length, let's have a look. 10 seconds, we'll go up a little bit. Let's go up to 15 seconds. The trouble is, if you go too long, if something walks through the shot, then you've got quite a few seconds of nothing. So, and you've sort of wasted your card capacity. So I'll leave it at that. Oh no, we've done that out. Then record your audio. I like to keep it on just because sometimes the animals make nice noises, or if you're going to use it as security, you might be able to hear what people are saying. Then we've got your basic settings, language, your default settings. You can set it back to default. You format your card, which I guess you ought to do. All data will be okay. So I'll format the card just in case it's in a different format from the camera I was using it in before, because it doesn't come with a card, so you'll need to put one in it. Date and time format, you can, that's self-explanatory. Date, time, whether you want it 24-hour or 12-hour. Date stamp, whether you want a date stamp on it or not. Beep sound, let's get rid of that because I hate this beep sound, so turn that off. You can name your camera so that if you're got more than one, you know which one you're accessing. You can set a password so that if someone else picks it up, they can't get into it. And you can also set a password for the app. So again, if someone else has got one next door, they can't access your camera with their app. Wi-Fi auto off is 2 minutes, power auto off is 3 minutes, backlight is a minute. Then you've got your technical support and the version of your firmware, and I think that's about it. So that's basically run you through the settings. Let's turn it just off for the time being, and what I'll try and do is we'll get it set up somewhere. So this, let's have a little look at this, see how long the lead is. Well, you can't really see, but it's about 2.5, 3 foot, 2.5 or 3 foot. So you can position it a reasonable amount of distance away from the camera, but not too far. Obviously you want it pointing towards the sun, and hopefully covertly out of the way. So let's get it set up, go and put it out somewhere, and then we'll see what sort of results we get. First of all, I'm going to try it, just put it out at home on my sort of go-to spot where I know I'm going to get foxes and possibly deer, and then we'll take it to my works and we'll set it up as a security cam and see who we get coming in and out of the yard. Right, just before I go out and set it all up, I just want to go through a couple of things. I found out, discovered what that little thing was for. If you're mounting this on a tree rather than on the bracket, it just clips over there, and it gives you see the shape. It's just, you know, so it holds onto the tree. I probably won't be using that because I'm putting it on the bracket through the 40 quarter 20. But also the solar panel, it's got various mounting options. You can see it's got screw holes, 4 screw holes, so if you wanted to, you could screw it to something permanently. But it also has these the loops for the strap, which is what I'm going to use today. And I don't know if you can see here, this here is for winding up your cable. So if you don't want to use all the cable, so if you want it mounted close to the camera and you only need a little bit of cable, you can wind it all up through here and then just slot it out, you can see very well, through one of these slots. And as I say, it swivels in various directions and down. So I shall be mounting it probably on the tree like that, and then angle it up towards the sun and maybe whatever it needs. So let's go and do that. Okay, so I've set it up out here on my tree, which is my normal default place, and although it looks a little bit silly close up, actually at a distance it's not too bad. Obviously if you're going to put it somewhere public, you need to perhaps put a bit of foliage around it and a foliage around the straps and stuff, but because I'm just doing it as a one-off, I'm just not going to bother. But I've got a solar panel around there because that's where the sun will come first to hit it. You can see it's quite a big tree and the strap's just long enough to go round. So that's probably recording me right now. But let's go in and take a look at the Wi-Fi settings and the app. Right, so to get the app, it's very simple. Open your camera on your phone. First page, I think it is, or virtually first page on the English version. There we go. Just scan that. Takes you to the App Store. Download it. Open it. And then we'll go over to the camera and see if we can connect it. I don't think it'll do it from here. Oh, it might do. It says it's there. It says it's connecting to the camera. It might not, I might have to get closer to it. I'm actually quite a long way away from it. Yep. Looks like it's connecting. We've got 2 green lights. And there we go. That's the view from the camera. Probably not focusing on this camera very well. That's the video. That's the photo. So you can see it's quite a wide angle view in both video and photo. We go into the album. On the device, there's nothing in video and photo, but this is video. This is when I was just setting up just now. So you can just literally, I think, yeah, should be able to there. Just click on one. It'll download it. Takes a while because I'm quite a long way from it. I'm surprised it's doing it at all. I'm must be a good 50 or 60 feet from it, and it's still working, and I'm inside as well. So I'm quite impressed with that. Let's see what happens when it's finally downloaded. We're 85, 90, 93, 99, 100%, and there we go, it's starting to play it. I think I need to be closer to it, but anyway, you get the gist. It all works. It connects automatically. You don't have to swipe through to your settings. It will do it automatically for you. On previous versions or other versions of these cameras, you have to switch on the Bluetooth, then go to your settings and switch on your Wi-Fi. This does it automatically for you. Where's the app? Let's see, it should be there. Yeah, there it is. Wildlife Cam down the bottom there. So that's how it all works. Let's leave it overnight and see what we get tomorrow. So this is the first night outside my house. That's the first still, and it looks like there's nothing there until you get to the next part, which is the video, and you can see that there is a fox behind that planter. I'm not impressed with how bright the infrared is, considering that planter's only about 6 foot away. It's not very bright. I'm wondering if the light on the top far right, which is also infrared from my CCTV, is interfering with it. So I think I'll have to change that for tomorrow. The stills aren't too bad quality wise, and the actual video, once you can see the animals, it isn't too bad, but I would have thought that they should have been a bit brighter. I don't think you can adjust them anymore. See, there is things there, but they're very dim. We get a lot of foxes in. I was hoping to catch the badgers, but we didn't. So unfortunately it's just the foxes this evening. Oh, and then we get this poor old girl with, well, she's probably not that old, with a poorly leg. She's a regular visitor. Anyway, that was the evening. This is the next morning. Again, first off with the stills. The trigger time again seems a lot longer than they say. They said it's 0.1 of a second. Well, I sort of doubt that. It's obviously fairly quick, but I don't think it's anywhere near as quick as they claim. Obviously, I think as I explained before, when you're taking photos and videos, it's obviously going to take the photo first, so when the video starts it will already have been in shot. But I will do some, this is one doing with the photos. I shall do some without. We just get literally the video. This is the second night, just video, and you can see, you know, it's already in there eating before it's triggered. Again, I moved the camera slightly away from the infrared of the CCTV, but it's still bleeding in a little bit. But I still think they could have been a bit brighter. I've looked through the camera, I can't see any setting that you can increase the brightness. I don't know if they've kept the brightness purposely low because of the fact that it's solar powered, and perhaps they had to balance the brightness of those with the amount of battery that they're going to be able to keep charged. Don't know. As I say, when it's close up like this, it's pretty good. And again, next morning something's knocked the camera over. I didn't actually catch what it was until then, and it was the squirrel. It kept jumping at it for some reason. I looked on my CCTV and I could see that the squirrel was jumping on it. I don't know whether it thought it was a tree because it's got the camouflage on it, or whether it thought it was something foreign and decided to try and get rid of it. I don't know, but it does it again there. Again, the quality during the day is pretty good. And this again was without stills, so you can see how far in the frame they are before it triggers, which I think is probably a bit more than 0.1 of a second. I'm sure I've got other cameras that are as quick but don't claim that they are that quick. This is our poor old fox. I think there's something wrong with this one. I think he's got a bit of mange. But this is broad daylight, 12 o'clock in the midday. His bottom looks a bit mangy. So, I then took it down to the workshop because I want to try and use it as a bit of a security camera down here. And it just so happens that the night before I get down there, we have had some undesirables in. So my landlord was quite pleased that I was going to put it up, and I put it up here, which, if you didn't know it was there, is actually quite unobtrusive. Got the solar panel up there, which I'm probably going to move and put on the roof because it only gets the sunlight there for a couple of hours before it moves around, so I'm going to put it further over for the time being. I'm just going to stick it up there and see what we get. I may well find that I need to move it into a different area. This is just for tonight, or a couple of nights. Now, there is a couple of issues that I don't like about this. You can't turn it off remotely, and to get to the on-off switch you have to take the front off, undo this, and there's a tiny little switch in there. Also the SD card's in there, which is a real bugger to get to. It would have been nice if they'd put the slots in the front here, one either side, perhaps an on-off button and a card reader slot on the front, so that literally all you've got to do is take the cover off. But even so, it would have been nice to be able to actually switch it off via the app, which you can't, although you don't need to very often. Make sure that covers it in, because there's a little plastic tab here at the bottom of the mast which holds that shut, and it also holds the power lead in. It can't be pulled out by accident. So anyway, we're going to leave it up there for a couple of nights and see what we get. Okay, so we've been up a couple of nights. Let's boot her up and see what we get. Right, that's the live view. Go into the, see what it's collected, and there's, as you can see, there's a lot there. That's videos. No, that's stills, sorry. A lot of stills over 2 nights. I think it was over 200. And it actually only took them during the day. There was obviously no activity whatsoever at night down here, which in a way is good because we haven't had any undesirables in, but I would have liked to have seen how it performed. That's the videos. Let's see if we can see one, live stream one. This is one of my neighbours. See, it's downloading to the phone. $80, $90, 100%. It does sound as well. But it's buffering again. It did that before. So I'm wondering if it's probably because the videos are so big, because they're 4K. But you can just download them to your device, however many you want. You select them, click the button at the top there, and it will download it onto your device. So if it was out in the wild and you just wanted to take off certain ones to take home with you, you can do that, stills and video, download onto your phone or app or whatever, phone or tablet or whatever you're using. But I tend to take the whole card. Take the card out, and there it is. It's on the. There you go. That's downloaded onto your thing, so you can take that back with you. The other thing I like about this app, let's have a little look. Oh, you can see how much charge we've got there, 85%. And you can see the little icon there says it's actually charging, so the panel, solar panel, is charging. I like this. In the settings you can actually adjust virtually every setting, so you don't need to go into the device itself. So if you have put it up a tree and you want to alter something, you can do it remotely. But as I say, the thing I would have liked would be able to actually switch it off remotely. But other than that, I'm pretty pleased with it. The quality of this is the stills and videos from the days here. We're reversing out because there was someone blocking my way. Yeah, the quality during the day, no question, it's absolutely fine. Stills and video, good quality. I'm a little concerned how quickly it triggers, and I'm also a little concerned about how close someone needs to be to trigger it. You'll see it more on here. That chimney is only about, on the left there, that black thing going up, that's my chimney from my forge. That's only about 10 feet away. You can see it didn't trigger until that vehicle was almost there. Bin men. So you'll see again, triggered. She's fairly close before it's gone off. And again, he's right up close. So if someone was just pulled in up where his vehicle is, I don't think it's going to trigger it. And again, I'm pretty close before it goes off. So that trigger distance, I think, could be slightly better. There's my steel for a job I'm working on at the moment. Good old Brundles. Nice new lorry. There's us unloading it all. So my overall opinion, I think I'd probably only give it about a 7 out of 10. I think there are probably better ones out there. I've got a couple that I think the quality is better and the trigger time is better. But a general tool if you just want to stick it up somewhere for a bit of security or a bit of close security, or some wildlife in your back garden, and you just want to put it up and leave it. I think it'd be pretty good. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one.